Donald Trump has announced the tariffs, and phew, it's a relief. At least now we know exactly where we stand with the USA in trade. I think India is positioned to benefit from the new tariff policy of America if this opportunity is tapped into well by our country. 1. Lower tariffs have been announced on Indian goods compared to other countries. Number 2. China has been levied 34%. Bangladesh facing 37%. Sri Lanka is facing 44%. Vietnam is facing 46%. Some other nations even higher. But in Asia, what does this mean? That India could position and work toward becoming a manufacturing hub to counter China primarily. And number 3, America is not in the safe zone completely either. They will also face an increased price for consumers eventually on imported goods, possibly looking at recession too. Let me explain these points to you. Trump did what he's known to do: optics, theatrics, full-on chart showing on camera, and personal remarks. He called the 2nd of April as the Liberation Day. But did he really think this through? About India and Prime Minister Modi, here's what Donald Trump said.
India, very, very tough, very, very tough. Prime Minister just left. He's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing.
So India received a tariff of 26%, exactly half of what India levies on the United States of America. We expected a lower tariff, yes, of course, especially after the negotiations and expectations from the bonhomie, the leaders share. And therefore, the Commerce Ministry has said in the statement that they are studying finer details and calling this a mixed bag, but not a setback. Why not a setback? Look closely. The Annexure 2 highlights exemptions on certain items that are crucial exports from India into the United States of America, especially the pharmaceutical products. Items that have been exempted from American tariffs include gold and silver bullion, insulin and salts, vitamins and other derivatives, coins, stainless steel waste and scrap, platinum, palladium, basic dye preparation. The USA realizes that it cannot afford to have high tariffs on certain issues that are important for their internal market and that would otherwise cause a disruption on some important items from India. India took the negotiation route because eventually trade also has to continue. There has been work on Mission 500. That is the pledge of $500 billion trade by 2030. There have been already meetings and negotiations in the past few months. In the 2025 Union Budget, the Indian government slashed duties on several high-capacity motorcycles, for example, including Harley-Davidson. So there was a certain signaling, a step that possibly in turn helped looking at our 26% compared to other nations. I come to point number 2. Unlike India's negotiations, China took a confrontational route. Why is comparison important with China here this time? The tariff for China is way higher in comparison. It's 34%. But reports suggest that there could be an added tax of 20% due to the charges of flow of fentanyl into the USA. So unlike India, China therefore has been threatening action. They've even vowed a retaliatory tariff against the USA on American goods if the tariffs are not lifted. And that tariff could go higher against America. This means tensions are bound to rise between the USA and China. America also has been planning to counter China for a while now. Remember that the Chinese investment in Asian nations has been rampant in the past 2 decades. Small Asian countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia and Thailand, among other nations, are glaring examples of this. So there comes an alliance that could pose a danger to India, especially how China is known to dominate. China and Pakistan together, investing a lot in Pakistan already, and then comes in with other countries as well. USA has imposed 49% tariff on Cambodia. Some of these nations are fully integrated with China's supply chain. So there will have to be possibly a rethink on this too. So if there's going to be an impact on the existing trade pattern, that is where India can take an advantage, showcasing itself as an alternative for production-related needs, not for the companies based in the Western nations, but Asian companies too, and especially in the manufacturing sector, attracting both American companies and supporting the smaller Asian nations too. So that brings me to point number 3. For all of Trump's theatrics, can the impact on the US economy also hit negatively? Despite Donald Trump promising that these tariffs will benefit the US economy eventually, experts say there could be a rethink on this. The actions could actually negatively impact the USA economy too. For example, how? The price of commodities could go up, especially in sectors like the automobile industry. For instance, car manufacturers using imported parts will have to face a higher price. Consumers will have to face the rise in car prices as well as inflation on other commodities. Let's now look at where American manufacturers have been investing in. Vietnam, for example. After the Liberation Day, Trump imposed a tariff of 46% on Vietnam. That means American countries that deal in clothes, toys, furniture could face a potential price hike for customers too back home. They could in fact move out of these countries. And I'm talking about American companies like Intel, Nike, Murphy Oil, Cargill, First Solar, Boeing, among many others that are actively present in Vietnam right now, investing heavily there. What happens now to the American companies too? So American companies whose manufacturing or several sectors, especially in apparel, for example, happens in other nations, will now get disrupted. I have another thought here. The USA has definitely ruffled feathers of many countries. What if some of these nations, even though facing territorial disputes, for example, could decide to come together and forge their own alliance, thus looking at options beyond the dollar that is a dominant currency right now in the world? So India is currently at crossroads. How it really maneuvers that path which benefits both India and Indian interests will be the real test of diplomacy and geopolitical strategies. We will be watching and tracking that closely. Thank you.